Hello and welcome to another tutorial here on the channel. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. In this short tutorial, we are going to cover fish ponds in Stardew Valley and everything that you should need to know about them. On the agenda are going to basically be three things. We're going to cover how you get fish ponds, how you use them and how they work, and then what you actually get from the fish ponds in return. So we're going to start off with how you actually get them. So as of the 1.4 update, you can go to Robin's and you buy a fish pond from her for 5,000 gold, 200 stone, 5 green algae, and 5 seaweed. Now, as of 1.5, if you're using the beach farm, seaweed's not that difficult to come by, but I will point out that if you're on any other map in the game, usually it's a little bit difficult to get your hands on a whole bunch of seaweed because you've got to go to the ocean and fish for a while and hope that you catch it instead of a fish. Keep in mind that during the winter market, if you fish during the in the submarine minigame, you can catch a lot of seaweed down there. So it's like a 50% chance that you will catch seaweed as opposed to the different fish that are available when you go down into the submarine. So that's a good point for anybody that's not using the beach farm map. Now, once you have the fish ponds, essentially how it works is you throw a fish in there. That fish is going to reproduce by itself. Even if you just put one fish in there, it will respawn additional fish until it hits a capacity that is the maximum available at that time. Usually, when you start off, the capacity is 3. So once it reproduces and gets to quantity 3, there will be an exclamation point on the fish pond that is basically indicating that those fish are requesting something so that the capacity can be increased. So you right click if you're playing on PC, basically hit the action button to interact with the fish pond, and the fish is going to tell you what they want. So they might ask you for a bomb. Throw a bomb into the fish pond. They're going to be happy. They jump around, and now all of a sudden the capacity of the fish pond goes from quantity 3 to quantity 5. So if you still have those 3 fish in there, they're going to eventually respawn over a few days, get to quantity 5, and then you'll get another quest. And do this until you get to quantity 10, which is the maximum per fish pond. Now, that's the gist as far as how they actually work, but I should point out if you ever decide that you need to take fish out of the fish pond, it's as easy as just casting your rod into the fish pond. They will bite, you pull them out. There's not even a mini game, they just automatically come out. You can actually change the type of fish pond, but you cannot have different types of fish in the same fish pond. So if you throw a lava eel in there, the only thing that you can throw in there afterwards is more lava eel. You can't throw a sturgeon or a rainbow trout into a lava eel fish pond. What I like to do is place a stone sign on the edge of the fish pond so that it will show me what type of fish is in that pond and the quantity that are in there at the time. If you fish all of the fish out of your fish pond, you can then change the type of fish pond. So basically reset it so that you can put a different type of fish in there and start fresh with a different type of fish altogether. You can just click the button to reset and start a new fish pond without fishing them all out, but you lose all of the fish in that case, and it's worth it just to cast 10 times and pull them all out before you do that. So keep that in mind if you ever want to change the type of fish pond that you've already established. Now, the question is, all right, if I'm spending 5,000 bucks on this thing, what do I actually get in return? And the answer is typically you get roe. Now, roe can be sold fresh and raw for straight up cash, or you can put it into a preserves jar, age it for a couple of days, and it will double in value. Now, the fish can also produce other types of things that can be, you could call them random, but it's not random. It just depends on what type of fish is actually in there. So, for example, a lava eel will typically produce lava eel roe, but it will occasionally produce gold ore or magma geodes or spicy eel. So different types of fish produce different types of like random items that you can also use, so keep that in mind. What you can actually do is go to the wiki, look at the fish pond page, and I'll show you here on screen. If you scroll down, it will show you the types of items that they might produce on a day-to-day basis. So you can find the list here and decide which ones you might want to go for based on the type of things that they can actually produce. Um, Now, the types of fish that most people prefer to have in fish ponds are lava eel because they are very valuable, Sturgeon, because they produce sturgeon roe that can be aged and it turns into caviar, which is one that is specific to the sturgeon. Every other type of roe that you age just turns into aged whatever kind of roe. But with sturgeon roe, when you age it, it turns into caviar, which you'll need for the mystery bundle with the Joja Mart upon completion of the community center, assuming that you go that route. So keep that in mind. Another fish that a lot of people prefer is the blob fish because its roe is fairly valuable, but also because it can occasionally produce a pearl as one of the other items that it might give you. Another one is the rainbow trout. Now, the rainbow trout is not very valuable in terms of the roe, but there is a rare chance that it will produce a prismatic shard. It is really rare though, so I wouldn't recommend necessarily going that route unless you're having a really hard time getting your hands on a prismatic shard for whatever reason and are willing to just kind of wait it out and hope that you get one from the rainbow trout fish pond. Well, that's it, y'all. It was short and sweet, but I hope that this gives you everything that you should need to know about fish ponds. There is a ton of information on the wiki, as always. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to use that website, or even better, hit the comments below, and I'll be trying to keep an eye on these things to get back to you with feedback and answers as much as I can. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and we will see y'all next time.